What do you think the most corrupt cop's name is? It's a pretty common one, so think of your guesses now. We'll reveal the answer near the end of the video. Welcome back to The Trending. Cops are meant to serve and protect and uphold the law, but unfortunately, a lot of them abuse their power and break the law instead. Today, we're going to take a look at some of the worst when it comes to just that. Before we get started, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Number 10. Louis Scarcella. Kicking off the list in the number 10 spot is Louis Scarcella. Louis was a bit of a legend for his knack to solve cases that seemingly had no solution, but it seemed as if he was almost too good. Suspiciously good, in fact, and for good reason. When a Brooklyn man who confessed to murdering a rabbi in 1990 was freed in 2013, Louis's fall came. People are obviously suspecting foul play, and believe that the reason Louis had the ability to seemingly fabricate a confession is basically that's exactly what he was doing. While many people he's gotten a confession out of still swear they weren't coaxed, the DA is suspicious nonetheless, and is opening over 50 old cases back up for review. Number 9. Louis Appalido. Coming in at number 9 on today's list is Louis Appalido. Another Louis, Appalido worked for the NYPD, but was also in the mafia. He wasn't exactly trying to hide it after a certain point either. He literally wrote a book called Mafia Cop. He was a mole working for the Lucci's crime family, going into the force to supply them with information. During his time as a cop, he did quite a few messed up things, including pulling an opposing mobster while out on patrol one night and shooting him. Louis was sentenced to life in prison, though he passed just last year. Number 8. Charles Becker. Coming in at number 8 is Charles Becker. Charles Becker has gone down in history, but not exactly for great reasons. He was the first United States cop to be arrested for murder back in the early 1900s when he worked for the NYPD. He kept protection money on him that he earned through brothels and casinos, and had sneaky ways of pulling off pretty heinous crimes while he was in uniform. He was sent to the chair in 1915. Number 7. Nicholas McFadden. Coming in at number 7 is Nicholas McFadden. Nicholas used his position to get his hands on illegal substances, collecting everything from marijuana to heroin from evidence before using or selling the substances. He had a partner help him execute the plan as well, and racked up quite the fortune over the years. In 2011, however, he made a $30,000 deposit at his bank, which prompted a search where thousands upon thousands of stashed cash from his dealings was uncovered. He went to jail in 2013. Number 6. David Mack. Coming in at number 6 is David Mack. While working for the LAPD, David's girlfriend got a job at a bank and allowed him to rob it so that they could split the profits. This wasn't out of character for David either, who was a gambler, club goer, and womanizer in general. He also refuted the LAPD while performing the heist, claiming he was a member of the Bloods. Though this is just speculation, it's also believed that he may have had something to do with the murder of hip-hop legend Biggie. Number 5. Masud Karakas. Coming in at number 5 is Masud Karakas, one of the most infamous inside men around. Masud joined the London's Metropolitan Police in 2006, which was a pretty big feat in the first place considering his very shady past. He and his associates were in his car conspiring to kidnap a bank manager one day, but little did he know, his car had been bugged. He was sentenced to 13 years in prison. Number 4. Osman Iqbal. Coming in at number 4 is Osman Iqbal, a corrupt London cop making some extra cash through brothels and drugs. He had a massive scheme planned out in great detail, orchestrating a fake company for the sole purpose of money laundering, which paid him quite well. He made a pretty obvious mistake though, which was flaunting his wealth. People definitely notice when you're riding around in a car that costs more than your yearly salary times 3. Number 3. Manuel Pardo. Kicking off the top 3 of today's list is Manuel Pardo. A former Boy Scout, cop, and US Navy veteran, Manuel was amazing at his job in the Highway Patrol Academy, but had to leave early after getting caught faking traffic tickets. He then moved cities to stay in law enforcement before having to move once again after dodging brutality charges. He then went to the Bahamas to give a false testimony for an acquaintance in the drug business. He also became obsessed with Hitler, going as far as tattooing a swastika on his dog, and killed more than 5 people. He was killed by lethal injection in 2012. Number 2. John Berg. Coming in second place is John Berg, a man who spent multiple decades squeezing fake testimonies out of people through absolutely inhumane methods. He would bring torture to a whole new level, handcuffing people to items for days, shooting their pets, and burning them with cigarettes and radiators. He went to jail in 2010, but got out in 2015 and is still free today. Unfortunately, many of the people he coaxed into false confessions are still facing time. Number 1. Joseph Medianovsky. And finally, the most corrupt cop of all, Joseph Medianovsky. Did you get his first name right? Joseph wasn't just a cop who broke the law every now and then. Joseph was a man entirely living a double life, using all of the resources he had as an officer to advance his criminal empire. The streets between Chicago and Miami in the 80s and 90s were far less safer under his reign, thanks to his activity in gangs and the drug business. He would help his affiliates stay out of prison by supplying them with lists of names of the undercover agents. After the FBI and the ATF got involved though, he was sentenced to life without parole in 2001. This concludes today's video on the top 10 crooked cops. Have you ever seen a cop breaking the law? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for watching.